Really? It's so ridiculous. And that's why I don't. Please check your sources before. I'm just going to have it. If you're going to have to send me money before I look at anything else. You're going to have to really, because man, this person, once again, wasted a lot of my time, just like Alan did. Alan got so pissed off, he just unsubbed me, you know. I want to say the Gas the Plas, I'm not mad at you, but you were kind of doing the same thing, but you were polite and you did not try to insult my intelligence, and I appreciate that. I was going to give a mention to somebody else. Just real quick while I'm thinking about it. From Under the Rock, Red Buck, cheers. You're real nice. When I do a short Fez, he's he likes the longer Fezzes for some reason. I guess it kills time when he's in the kitchen, you know. Oh, and now Fez Night with playlists. So I'm trying to make a habit of the more current Fez Nights to put on a playlist. So I changed my webpage, so, you know, my channel, so the playlists are right there, and I hid the favorites and try to make it more simple. So you should be able to navigate it okay. What else? Are we getting near the end of it? This is something, what made me think of this? I don't know, but it's something my sister told me a long time ago. My sister, even though she had a psychology degree and she did work with people, she worked at a place that took care of young, people, adolescents and on down, 15, not adults, but kids that had like fetal alcohol syndrome or whatever, that just couldn't function in society. So they had to keep them in this place. And she also worked with adult people with schizophrenia, basically took them on outings and stuff, and, sort of an administrator. It does not pay well, not for having a college degree. And she also found it very depressing because she was working with people that were never going to get better. It's not like dealing with somebody that has a neurosis or something where through some therapy and medication that they can make major improvements. No, these people, we're not there yet with the science of psychiatry and psychology to really help these people much. But at least they don't have to be waterboarded or strapped down anymore. If you look at the history of psychiatric care, it's almost like a horror story. But you have to give these doctors and people their hearts were in the right place. They were really trying to help these people. But even though what we saw, the majority of them were, but what they were doing is pretty shocking. But the same thing with surgery. They used to try to save somebody's life by cutting into them without anesthetic. Or, they didn't know anything about germs. And so, the good surgeon was the one who could saw fastest, cause the least pain. Most people died after going under the knife. But, at least they were trying. So anyway, what was my point? Later, my sister went into basically working retail, which there was more money in, which is very, very sad. So she sold dresses to rich people and rich women. Arnold Schwarzenegger popped in her store once, looking for Maria. Maria, my mighty heart is breaking. I'll wait in the Humvee. So, So anyway, this is something, and maybe some of you that work retail or something, but this is a problem that happens more than we would like to be aware of. And that is that people poop in the dressing rooms. Now, my sister hasn't seen this personally, and she does work in a higher end, market. So I would hope rich folk don't tend to do that sort of thing. But it happens a lot in the regular Gap, JCPenney, things like that. So somebody decides to go change their clothes, and while they're in there, they take a dump in the corner. Oh, I don't know what made me think about that, but I wrote this down as something to talk about on Fez Night. Oh. Hey, why don't I put this out? If anybody, I'm open to suggestions, maybe for a topic on Fez Night. I might be up for that. What else did I see? Well, I guess that's it. There's some big business. This guy has this big business plan for Oakland because looks like they're getting ready to relax the marijuana laws, and this guy wants to build a big complex of growing hydroponic gardens and have it all like in one place and have different retailers and things like that. The drawback is that so far marijuana sales in California have to be nonprofit, and I don't know, I forgot there was something that could sort of mess with that. I think big business would step in the way and they wouldn't want to see it done for profit. And then if it was done for profit, then big business would really step in, the tobacco companies, the alcohol companies, and steal it from the little guy. So maybe it should be done at some sort of nonprofit level, I think, to begin with. But that's a big stumbling block too. But I think it's an interesting idea. And they're talking about it would be like California. We have the Silicon Valley here, and there could be the Cannabis Valley. California is a great state. It's filled with innovators. And it's a shame that the economy's gotten bad and things where people feel that they have to leave California. Well, I say all the idiots and deadbeats, go ahead, leave. Well, let's keep the creative types here, you know? The so-called, Mark Twain said, the country is at a slant and everything that's loose rolls into California or something like that. And that's why the conservatives are always pointing at, oh, California's full of fruits and nuts. Hey, you know what? Because they're just jealous. They have no creativity. They have no imagination. And what drives me crazy, a guy like this guy on local radio, Chip Franklin, who comes from Washington, D.C., comes all the way out here, and then complains about California. I said, get the fuck back, you know? What if it's so bad, why are you here, idiot? That guy's such a douche, man. Well, I woke up one morning, I kind of end up having to listen to him because, I told El Brookman this, because El Brookman, personal friend of Chip Franklin, I woke up one morning, and what happens is I go to sleep each night with my clock radio. It has a sleep function, and it stays on for an hour, and I listen to Coast to Coast with George Norrie. So for all of you people that say I have a closed mind to wacko theories and all that, I listen to Coast, all right? They've had Alex Jones on as guest, that Hoagland guy, who's also a climate denier. One of the hosts, I think George Norrie, believes in that there's this theory that the oil replenishes itself in the earth. It has nothing to do with fossils. It has nothing to do with plant matter decaying over thousands and thousands of years. No, there's this like system down there that makes oil constantly. Well, if that were true, why do oil wells dry up? Riddle me that.